Nav here with another video for you today, and I wanted to make this video as a discussion about smurfing in CSGO and some of the counter actions that Valve has implemented to try and reduce the amount of it. The gameplay that you're watching is from my Smurf account, Rocky. I am playing with Spathic in this game, as you can see. The account that I am playing on is ranked gold level 1, whereas my main account is DMG, which is quite a difference between the two ranks. But I thought that this gameplay sort of highlighted some of the things I wanted to talk about with smurfing and why it's a problem. In this game, just a sort of a forewarning, we win 10-1, we get the other team to surrender. I end up going like 16-4, I think, something like that. And I thought it did a good job of highlighting what was wrong with smurfing and why it was such a big problem. So for those of you who may not know or may not be fully aware because you don't play CSGO or what may be, smurfing is sort of when you play on a different account that's not your main, and the idea behind it is that this secondary account has a lower rank in matchmaking, so that you're playing people that are not as good as you or as good as your skill truly is, so that you can sort of just walk all over them and just have a relaxed game of wrecking the opposite team. And it's a problem, right? Because for these new players in these lower ranks, this is some of their first, potentially this is some of their first experience with Counter-Strike and with the Counter-Strike matchmaking system. And if they consistently get into games where guys are just waltzing all over them and going like, 16 for whatever it is that I end up going in this game, they're not going to have fun. I mean, it's not going to be an enjoyable experience. And I understand that playing with Spathic and smurfing like this, it makes it not fun for the opposite team because I am better than them. And most of the time, I am able to just sort of do whatever I want and help the team win the game because I am just like much better than these kids. And I'm not trying to say that to be kind of cocky myself. That's just the way it is. Like, I know I've put in the time and I've gotten a lot better at this game. And when I started playing back in, I think it was March of 2013, I wasn't very good at this game, right? I was pretty bad. I was trying to jump and shoot and strafe jump and get these kills thinking I was playing Halo still. And obviously that wasn't going to work because if you know anything about the game, moving and shooting typically is not the best option. Usually you want to be in a standstill position so that your aim is as good as it can be. But I don't also remember there being this big of a problem with smurfing back when I started. I seem to think that it's gotten worse as time has gone on, because when I first started, I don't ever remember thinking, wow, why is this kid, so good? Why is he going 30-4 in this game? I don't remember ever playing those kind of games. I just remember playing and not getting very many kills, simply because I was bad. And I could be wrong, of course. I mean, it could have been bad, and I just don't remember correctly or whatever it is. But I think as time's gone on, it's gotten worse. And to sort of stop that, Valve has implemented a couple different strategies sort of to deter people from smurfing. One of which is the XP rank that you have to achieve before you can commit to playing a competitive match. And so the idea there is that, if these people want to smurf, they're not gonna want to spend the time to rank up to level 3, because I think it takes, it doesn't take a super long time, but it definitely takes some time. I guess they're thinking that people aren't going to want to spend that time. They're just going to go right in and be able to smurf right away. So that's the first thing that they did. And these are in no chronological order. I don't actually remember what order these all happened. But another thing they did was they added a system where it determined who the rank differential between players in a matchmaking queue, and it now disallows you from queuing with certain ranks. So for instance, a global cannot queue with a silver anymore, and I think at one point they were able to do so, but now the game determines that, okay, that's too high of a differential, you can't play with that player, sorry, you're out of luck in this situation. And so that's another thing they did. And then a final thing that I wanted to talk about that they did was they added a system where you were unable to queue if you didn't have a rank and you weren't in a party of 5. And so obviously when you first start playing on a Smurf account, you're not going to have a rank. You have to win 10 competitive games before you get that rank. And so they were thinking, okay, well, these people aren't going to have ranks when they first start. We don't want them being able to just sort of come into the game right away and queue up with a party of 3 or a party of 4 to help boost those silvers or whatever rank they may be to getting a higher rank. So they wanted you to have a rank before you played, unless you were in a party of 5. That was the exception. If you were in a party of 5, you were good to go. It didn't matter if you didn't have a rank or not. You were still able to queue up, and that was the deal there. And I think those are good steps, right? I think that having those steps and having those implementations in to sort of deter people from Smurfing is a good thing. I think it needed it. I don't think that Smurfing is good for the community, and it may sound hypocritical because as we're watching this game of me Smurfing, I mean, it's exactly what I'm doing, but my reasoning for Smurfing is different than most people. But I think it's good that Valve implemented these things. The only problem I have though is that now I'm basically forced to Smurf to play with Spath, and that's not a situation isolated solely to me. I mean, lots of people have lower tiered friends, lower ranked friends that they need to Smurf with now, and that's a problem because if I want to play with Spath, I can't just hop on and play. I have to switch accounts, switch to my Smurf account, and I have to play on that account, and it's not fun for the people I'm playing against. In a way, it's not fun for me because it's obviously not really a challenge for me, and it's not really a challenge for my teammates either if they just have some guy carrying them to victory. But I think overall what they did was good. I don't have any serious complaints with it. I thought that if they were going to do some things, maybe they could change a little bit more, change the system a little bit more so that I'm not having to Smurf. And I don't know how they would do that. If you guys have any suggestions, maybe we could start a discussion in the comment section below as to how maybe Valve could change the Smurfing, anti-Smurfing, I should say, system to where I won't have to Smurf to play with my friend, and where other people might not have to be in the same situation. Because it's kind of a hard place to be. Because, like I said, I don't enjoy Smurfing. I don't like ruining the game for other players. But at the same time, I want to be able to play video games with my friend. And if we want to play Counter-Strike, that's kind of what I'm forced to do. And it's just sort of a tough situation to be in. But so anyway, I just wanted to have this little discussion with you guys about Smurfing, and I just want to see maybe what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you have encountered any Smurfs, or if you think that Smurfing is still a huge problem, that Valve needs to do more, whatever it is. I just want to hear what you guys have to say. So I just want to get my 2 cents out there, tell you guys a little bit about my Smurfing experience, and obviously these games, games like this are kind of typical where we win big time. I mean, I looked back in my recent matches, and I think we tied once, but we won the rest of them, and the average score was probably like 16-6, 16-7, which isn't really that close. So I mean, it's obviously still a thing. You're still able to do it, but I just want to see what you guys thought. Maybe you guys had similar experiences or thought differently, but yeah, just let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And I just want to make this video just to sort of bring it up and talk and see what you guys thought about it. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.